We're now ready to introduce words. In the back of most basal readers, there is a vocabulary list. This vocabulary list tells you what words to introduce for each story. If the words are not listed in the back of the basal reader, they will be listed in the teacher's manual. If you are not using a basal reading series, you will find as we go along that these techniques can be used with any reading materials. We are going to make a vocabulary list each day for each reading group. Please take a piece of paper and follow along. Now fold this paper into 5 sections like this. Across the top of your paper, you're going to write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Under Monday, write page 1 to 4. On Tuesday, write page 5 to 9. On Wednesday, write page 10 to 13. On Thursday, write page 14 to 17. And on Friday, write page 18 to 22. Now look on your vocabulary list. What words do you need for pages 1 through 4? You need these 6 words. So please write those 6 words under Monday. Now, what words do you need for pages 5 through 9? You need these 3 words. Please write those 3 words under Tuesday. Now, look on your vocabulary list. What words do you need for pages 10 through 13? You would need these 3 words. Please write those words on Wednesday. Look on your vocabulary list. What words do you need for pages 14 to 17? You would need just these 2 words. And look back on your vocabulary list, and what words do you need for pages 18 to 22? You would need these 2 words. Now this takes about 5 minutes, and you have your work done for the week, because you can make copies of this list for your reading group. Then each day you will just cut off the words that you need, and you will give each student a copy of the list. Therefore, each student will directly participate in the learning process. And there won't be a lot of waiting around because every turn will be their turn. You must go at the pace of the ability of each reading group. For example, if you are working with very slow learners, the reading list would look more like this by comparison. You will notice that on Monday we introduced only 3 words. On Tuesday, these words are reviewed and they just read pages 1 to 3. On Wednesday, 3 words are introduced. On Thursday, these words are reviewed. And on Friday, all the words are reviewed, and they read just page 4. So this group has gone from pages 1 to 22 in 1 week, and this is probably a gifted class, whereas this group has only gone from pages 1 to 4. However, even if you are working with mentally retarded students, progress is assured if you build on a solid foundation. The only way that you can lose your class is if you go too fast. As you go along, you will note sometimes that an inflected form of the word is introduced before the root word. For example, the word ponies may be introduced before the word pony. In a case like this, always introduce the root word first. Then explain that you change Y to I and add a S. Follow the same procedure for contractions and compound words. For example, when you're ready to introduce a word like can't, first introduce the word can, then introduce the word not, and explain why that's a contraction. Or when you're ready to introduce a word like into, first introduce the word in, then the word to, and then explain that 2 words together is a compound word. This will give your class a clear understanding of roots and endings. Now let's begin. When your class is ready to begin reading, the reading period will now be divided into 3 activities. And if you will read along with Noreen, the first activity is...
Check the vocabulary list in the back of your book or the teacher's manual and write on the chalkboard the new words which must be introduced for the pages you wish to cover. Give each child a mimeograph copy of this word list.
And we have prepared a list so that you know how that works. Secondly would be...
Introduce these words to the children as will be outlined. Do not divert from the techniques given.
And 3...
Have the children read orally to you the pages assigned. Develop comprehension by initiating appropriate discussions and asking several questions after each page.
We will now introduce the words.